This video is gonna blow your mind because we're gonna go into step by step all the costs from kitchen cabinets to the floors to the walls, cement, everything step by step. What are the costs involved in building your own villa in Turkey? Hi, I'm Moaz Haq from Think Turkey, and today we're going to talk about how much it costs to build your own villa in Turkey. Let's get into it. So step one, buy land. So you need to first of all look for a piece of land between 300 to 500 meters square. Starting off, that's the minimum. If you're looking to build a home, let's say around 200 meters square. So we're just going to assume that you're building a home which is about 200 meters square, and the ideal size would be the first floor would be 100 meters square first floor, and then you would build another floor on top, and so your total square meters would be 200 meters square, which is your living space. And then the outside part, let's say the garden, or if you want a pool outside, some trees, that would be the remainder. So if you're buying a small piece of land, which is 300 meters square, then you would have 100 meters square left on the sides. And if you're looking to buy a larger, you want a huge garden, you could obviously go up to 500, up to 1,000. It's totally up to you how big of a piece of land that you want. But ideally, most people, they buy between 300 to 500 for a villa. And some, they want to go more bigger, so they will go up to 1,000. So these are the most common sizes that we see. So the areas that we're going to look into are Istanbul and Antalya. So in Istanbul, we'll be looking at Şile, which is on the Asian side. And we will also look at another area in Istanbul as well. In Antalya, we'll be looking at Alta, which is about 20 to 30 minutes drive from the city center. So once we've got the land sorted out and you've purchased your land for 300,000, 500,000, whatever the cost is for the land, now you need to go to the municipality and get approval to build on this land. So this first part of building your own villa costs about 25,000 Turkish liras, which includes the building permissions and the drawings and the design, and submitting those to the municipality and getting the approvals. So that would be around 25,000 Turkish liras to get before you can even start building. The next step is to get the excavation. So the excavation and filling costs and leveling costs is around 40,000 Turkish liras. Then comes the iron cost. So when you're doing the filling up and putting the first layer of concrete, that needs to be reinforced with iron. So currently, at the time of making this video, the cost was about 5.9 Turkish liras, so around 6 Turkish liras and per kilo. So if you calculate the total amount of iron that's required, it's about 7.5 tons. So that is around, calculation-wise, 44,250 Turkish liras would be the iron costs. Next up is the cement blocks that are put on the outside wall. So that is called in Turkish beton. So the beton costs are, so we're using 120 cubic meters of 25 beton blocks. So multiply that by around 230 Turkish liras. So that cost would be 27,600 Turkish liras. Also, between those cement blocks, beton blocks, they're using hollow clay blocks. So you've probably seen those red colored bricks. They're not really bricks, but they're actually blocks, red blocks that you will see in all the construction. That between the gray cement, there's also in the middle, they'll use the red blocks. So the cost for those are about 30, and so that the cost will be around 5,000 Turkish liras for completing the outside perimeter of the house. Then you've got rebar, and that rebar cost comes about to 15,750 Turkish liras. Next up is water and water meter registration. So you need to register your water so the company knows that where you're building a home and the water and electricity needs to be registered. That cost for water is 2,500 Turkish liras, and for the electric it's 475. The next big cost that comes up is roofing. The good thing about making your home 2 stories and not 1 story, so if you do a 1-story home, you're looking at double the roofing cost. So when it's 2 stories, you're only looking at about 135 meters square of roofing that goes in, versus if you build your home 200 meters square, you're looking at about 260, 250 meters square that you're paying for roofing. So the roofing cost comes up to 26,500 Turkish liras. Then you've got the walls. The walls are about 14,000. Electrical works and water works. All your electrical wiring, internal wiring, and your water, that's about 30,000. So about 15 and 16,000, 31,000 Turkish liras. Your air conditioning hookup, that's 500 Turkish liras. Then you've got your plastering. Once you've got the main walls set up, and you've got your electrical works done and your plumbing works done and your air conditioning hookup is completed, you've got to do your actual walls need to be plastered all so that they're nice and smooth. So that, using about 80 bags of thin plaster, 50 bags of cement, costs around 15,500 Turkish liras. Then there's the cost of the suspended ceilings, the chandelier, and then the plastering of the walls and painting of all the walls. That is also a big cost. That's 35,000 Turkish liras. Next up is another big cost, which is windows. You want to make sure the windows are good quality windows and they're properly installed and insulated. So for windows, you're looking at about 43,000 Turkish liras. So there's also stairs involved, stairs, railings, and balconies, since it's a 2-story home, and there are also balconies as well. So the cost for those are 7,000 Turkish liras. Next up is marble flooring. So for this home calculation, there was also marble flooring done in the ground floor. So the marble flooring came up to 27,000 Turkish liras, which is pretty good because Turkey does make their own marble, so we can get it directly from the suppliers and get it to you at a very good price. Also, we've got the outer perimeter. Let's move to the outer side. So the outer wall is about 11,960 Turkish liras for the outer walls. It's not really fancy, but you need that outer perimeter, of course, for privacy and just to establish your boundaries. So that's about 12,000. Now, also, we put in a fancy gate for the garden. Well, not that fancy, but it's a gate. So that costs about 2,860, around 3,000 Turkish liras. Then you've also got the paving stones outside. So you know how for the driveway you've got those stones make a nice pattern. So that stones actually does cost not a lot, but in Turkey it's about 5,500 Turkish liras to get all the paving stones done. Front door, you don't want to cheap out here. Make sure you get a nice steel front door, good quality. It's about 1,800 Turkish liras for the front door. Laminate flooring upstairs. So you've got laminate flooring in the bedrooms. So definitely that costs about 5,300. And let's get to the kitchen now. The kitchen cabinets weren't that expensive, but these were the basic kitchen cabinets. If you're looking for something more fancy, you might want to spend a little bit more, but this was 12,000 Turkish liras. If you're going to go with a little bit more fancier cabinets, I would say you're looking at about 25,000 Turkish liras for kitchen cabinets. So just keep that in mind. Also, it depends on the size of your kitchen as well. If you've got a bigger kitchen, and this kitchen wasn't that big, but if you got a larger size, then you're looking to spend more, around 18,000, 20,000 for a little bit better quality and larger kitchen as well. So the tiling, the ceramic costs, there's 3 bathrooms and the balconies are also tiled as well. So the cost for that is 8,300 Turkish liras. Also, we talked about doors. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but okay. So the room doors all the room doors, of course, there's 4 bedrooms here, and then there's, kitchens, bathrooms. All the internal doors cost 7,500 Turkish liras. There's another price for the grout for tiling. I should have mentioned this before, but the tiling grout costs 3,200. This house also, we did solar panels. So just to get a little bit of electricity, because this house was built in Antalya, so there's a lot of sun. There's about 300 days out of the year you get sun. So why not utilize that sun energy and get solar panels? So I think we got 2 panels. For the panels, just a few panels. It wasn't something too fancy, but we got those panels installed, and that was 3,600 Turkish liras. Outside, also for the garden, for garden soil and the trees. So the garden soil was 1,500 TL, and the soil was the garden soil was 1,500, and the trees were about 500 Turkish liras. So about 3 or 4 trees, if I remember. So that was the entire thing, except let me just also cover the other paperwork costs. So once the building is finished, you do need to get permission from the municipality again for living there. So this is called occupancy permit. So the occupancy permit costs 2,500 Turkish liras. It's called iskan in Turkish, and that's the cost, 2,500 for that. Workers' insurance was 900 Turkish liras, and the accountant fees for those 3 months was 1,200 Turkish liras. And the total amount was 428,635 Turkish liras in total for this villa. So that is absolutely very, very cheap, extremely cheap. The prices have a little bit increased. Just when you're watching this video, this is the final price, but you can add on, let's say 10% for inflation, just to be on the safe side. The prices do increase. They don't vary that much, but I would say you can add on about 5 to 7%. And also the contractor fees, which is about 15% on top of the construction cost. So now I also want to talk to you about what it normally costs. Like when you go to a contractor, when you go to a builder, they will quote you in per meter square the price. So I'll just give you the going rate right now. So the going rate could be anywhere between 2,500 Turkish liras, but more likely you're gonna get at this time around minimum 3,000 Turkish liras per meter square, which is the starting off price. But as you go into more a little bit more luxurious, I mean, this is the baseline, but if you're looking for a little bit more fancy, what kind of the stuff that you see on Instagram when you see beautiful interior design, that kind of stuff would be a little bit around 4,000 to 4,500, and you can get a lot more of those nice bathrooms, good, beautiful, kitchen design, kitchen cabinets, nice sinks, faucets, that kind of thing. The other basic structure can be achieved, like all the basics. If you're just getting the baseline, you can get it done for 3,000 per meter square. But if you're going to go a little bit more fancy, you're looking at around 4,500, 4,000 Turkish liras per meter square. So that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful, because there is no video like this right now on YouTube. You can search it, and believe me, there's nothing like this right now. So again, if you're looking to build a home, if you have questions, get in touch with us, and we can recommend you to good developers, good builders and contractors that can build. I've got some that are located in Antalya. I've got really good builders in Antalya, as well as in Istanbul, and in Ankara as well. So if you're looking to get those your villas built in those locations, and right now the costs are still low, so get in touch. If you're looking for a home in Antalya, in Izmir, in Istanbul, Ankara, Bursa, definitely I would advise you to get your home built, custom built. If you're looking for a villa, go for a custom built home, because when you actually go and buy a ready-made home which is already built on the market, you're looking at the cost is like definitely 50 to 60% more than a custom built home. Like if you take a look at, for example, let's take a look at Antalya. In Doshamalta, in Lara, Konyaaltı is, you won't really find a lot of villas there. They're just overpriced, but you'll find villas in Lara and Doshamalta. So the starting price, like you're looking at, I mean, is minimum 1.5 million Turkish liras, 1.5 million TL. That's the starting. But if you really want some options and you want to like look at different options, you won't have much options in 1.5 million. So you're looking at around 2.5 million is where you're going to start seeing a lot more variety in villas. Now, if you're building your own home, you can literally just build it for easily, let's say even a good, like the amount of calculations that we did, if you calculate that, that's like 500,000 Turkish liras or 550, even 600,000, let's say you spend on building your home. And on the land, let's say you spend another 400,000 or 500,000. For 1 million, or even let's say maximum, if you're getting a bigger piece of land, 1.5 million, you can get a enormous piece of land and you can get a customized home just the way you would like. You're looking at customized bathrooms, kitchens, exterior, interior, everything is based on your taste. You can literally choose all the colors, all the designs, and get it done for 50%, 60%, 70% cheaper. Some contractors even charge double. Like they will build the home for 500,000, but they will end up selling it for 100% profit. They'll sell it for 1 million Turkish to 1.5 million to, I mean, literally, you go on the market right now, you will see that. Just go on Sahibinden, go on Hurriyet Emlak, right? Go on those websites and check out the classifieds, and check out different websites like Property Turkey, or all those villas are priced like over 2 million Turkish liras. Like you won't find a villa which is, usually it's very hard to find a lot of villas that are priced under 2 million. So here, if you build your home custom, you can easily get it done in 1 million, starting from 1 million easily, including the land. And if you're looking to get something a little bit more fancier or maybe larger piece of land, then you're looking about 1.5 million. Under 2 million, you can get pretty much whatever dream home that you're imagining right now. So long story short, get a custom home, get it built. If you have any questions, get in touch with me, Moaz, Think Turkey. Get in touch with me if you have any questions, and I can help you out, and we can also help you design your new home. We can help you build it. If you're looking to buy land as well, definitely I've got experts that actually look at the land and check out all the details, the water, the actual the title deed, if there's any loans on it. And can do a full analysis on the land. So definitely get in touch with us at Think Turkey, and we can help you out build your dream home in Turkey.